Question 1. What is the minimum required working clear space in front of an appliance, such as a water heater, that requires service, replacement, or repair, according to plumbing code standards? A. 12 inches. B. 18 inches. C. 24 inches. D. 30 inches. Answer: D. 30 inches. The plumbing code, often referencing mechanical or building codes, mandates a minimum working clear space of 30 inches in front of appliances like water heaters to allow for safe and efficient service, maintenance, or replacement. This clear space ensures that plumbers have adequate room to work on the unit without obstructions, enhancing safety and accessibility. For instance, if a water heater needs a new element or gas valve, a contractor needs enough room to comfortably access all parts. Always remember that clear access is crucial for both safety and practical maintenance on any plumbing appliance. Question 2. A plumber is installing a water distribution system using PX tubing. What is the maximum water temperature? PX tubing is generally rated for continuous use in a residential potable water system. A. 120 degrees Fahrenheit 49 degrees Celsius. B. 140 degrees Fahrenheit 60 degrees Celsius. C. 180 degrees Fahrenheit 82 degrees Celsius. D. 200 degrees Fahrenheit 93 degrees Celsius. Answer: C. 180 degrees Fahrenheit 82 degrees Celsius. PX, cross-linked polyethylene, tubing is a popular choice for water distribution systems due to its flexibility and durability, and it is generally rated for continuous use up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit 82 degrees Celsius at 100 psi, making it suitable for hot water lines and typical residential and commercial applications. This temperature rating is crucial because exceeding it can compromise the material's integrity and lead to system failure. For example, if a PX line were used directly on a superheated industrial system, it would likely fail. Always verify the specific pressure and temperature ratings for any pipe material before installation to ensure code compliance and system longevity. Question 3. What is the primary purpose of a trap seal in a plumbing drainage system? A. To prevent sewer gases from entering the building. B. To increase the flow rate of wastewater. C. To provide an access point for drain cleaning. D. To equalize pressure within the drainage pipes. Answer: A. To prevent sewer gases from entering the building. The primary purpose of a trap seal, which is the water held within the bend of a fixture trap, like under a sink or toilet, is to create a physical barrier that blocks noxious sewer gases from entering the occupied spaces of a building. This water seal prevents foul odors and potentially harmful gases, such as methane or hydrogen sulfide, from migrating back into the home from the drainage system. Without a proper trap seal, residents would be exposed to unpleasant smells and health hazards. Remember, if a trap seal evaporates or is siphoned out, the protective barrier is gone, allowing gases to enter. Question 4. A contractor has completed a plumbing installation for a new commercial building. Which of the following is typically the final required inspection before the system can be put into service? A. Rough-in plumbing inspection. B. Underground plumbing inspection. C. Final plumbing inspection. D. Slab plumbing inspection. Answer: C. Final plumbing inspection. The final plumbing inspection is typically the last required check by the authority having jurisdiction after all plumbing fixtures, water heaters, and associated piping have been installed and are ready for use. This inspection verifies that the entire plumbing system, including all visible components and connections, meets code requirements and is operating correctly, ensuring public health and safety before the building is occupied. It differs from earlier inspections like the rough-in, which checks piping before walls are closed up, by reviewing the complete and operational system. Always schedule your final inspection only when all work is truly complete and ready to be signed off. Question 5. What is the minimum grade, slope, required for horizontal drainage piping that is 3 inches in diameter, according to common plumbing codes? A. 1/16 inch per foot. B. 1/8 inch per foot. C. 1/4 inch per foot. D. 1/2 inch per foot. Answer: C. 1/4 inch per foot. Common plumbing codes, such as the Uniform Plumbing Code, UPC, typically require a minimum grade, slope, of 1/4 inch per foot for horizontal drainage piping up to and including 4 inches in diameter. This specific slope ensures that wastewater flows efficiently by gravity, preventing solids from settling and accumulating within the pipe, which could lead to blockages. For example, a 3-inch drain line running 10 feet horizontally would need to drop 2.5 inches from start to finish. Proper grading is critical for effective waste removal and maintaining a clear drainage system. Question 6. Under what circumstances is a plumbing contractor typically required to obtain a permit for plumbing work? A. Only for new construction projects. B. Only for work exceeding a certain dollar amount. C. For any installation, alteration, repair, or replacement of plumbing systems. D. For work performed in public right-of-way only. Answer: C. For any installation, alteration, repair, or replacement of plumbing systems. A plumbing permit is generally required by the local authority having jurisdiction for almost any work involving the installation, alteration, repair, or replacement of plumbing systems, not just new construction. This ensures that the work complies with safety and sanitation codes, protecting both the property owner and the public. For instance, replacing a water heater or rerouting a drain line in an existing home typically requires a permit and subsequent inspection. Always remember that permits are essential for legal compliance and to ensure your work meets established standards. Question 7. What is the primary function of a cleanout in a plumbing drainage system? A. To provide ventilation for the drainage system. B. To allow for visual inspection of wastewater flow. C. To provide access for cleaning and maintenance of the drainage pipes. D. To regulate water pressure within the system. Answer: C. To provide access for cleaning and maintenance of the drainage pipes. A cleanout is a fitting with a removable plug or cover that is strategically installed in the plumbing drainage system to provide convenient access for clearing blockages or performing maintenance. Without these access points, it would be much more difficult and disruptive to address clogs, often requiring sections of pipe to be cut out. For example, a main building drain will typically have a cleanout near the foundation wall to allow a plumber to snake the line if it gets backed up. Proper placement and accessibility of cleanouts are critical for the long-term serviceability of any drainage system. Question 8. A plumber is installing a water heater. What is the purpose of the temperature and pressure, TNP, relief valve on a water heater? A. To regulate the water temperature for energy efficiency. B. To prevent the water heater tank from rusting. C. To release excessive temperature or pressure to prevent explosion. D. To increase the hot water output of the heater. Answer: C. To release excessive temperature or pressure to prevent explosion. The temperature and pressure, TNP, relief valve is a critical safety device on a water heater designed to automatically open and discharge water if the tank's internal temperature or pressure exceeds safe operating limits. This mechanism prevents the water heater from becoming a dangerous projectile due to extreme pressure buildup, effectively acting as a fail-safe against an explosion. For instance, if a thermostat fails and the water overheats, the TNP valve will open to release pressure. Always ensure the TNP discharge pipe is properly sized, routed, and terminated to a safe location, preventing scalding or property damage. Question 9. In California, what is the maximum amount a licensed contractor can charge for a home improvement project before a written contract is required by law? A. $100. B. $300. C. $500. D. $750. Answer: C. $500. In California, the Contractor's State License Law, CSLL, mandates that any home improvement contract for services, labor, or materials must be in writing if the aggregate contract price, including labor and materials, is $500 or more. This legal requirement is designed to protect consumers by ensuring clear terms, pricing, and project details are documented upfront, reducing disputes. For example, if a plumbing repair is estimated at $450, a written contract isn't strictly required by law, but for a $550 water heater replacement, it is. Always use a written contract for any project approaching or exceeding this threshold to protect both yourself and your client. Question 10. When installing an indirect waste pipe, such as a discharge from a refrigeration unit, what is the primary reason it must terminate into an air gap or air break? A. To conserve water. B. To prevent backflow contamination of the potable water supply. C. To reduce noise from the discharge. D. To allow for easier cleaning of the drain. Answer: B. To prevent backflow contamination of the potable water supply. An indirect waste pipe, which drains non-sewage waste, must discharge into a plumbing fixture or receptor through an air gap or air break primarily to prevent backflow contamination of the potable water supply. An air gap is a physical separation between the end of the drain pipe and the flood level rim of the receptor, while an air break is a less restrictive form of separation. This prevents any possibility of contaminated wastewater, such as from a condensate pan or sterilizer, being siphoned back into the clean water system. Maintaining a clear air gap or air break is a fundamental backflow prevention principle to safeguard public health. Question 11. What is the minimum distance required between a water well and a septic tank system in California for new installations? A. 25 feet. B. 50 feet. C. 100 feet. D. 150 feet. Answer: C. 100 feet. In California, local health department regulations, often based on state guidelines, typically require a minimum separation distance of 100 feet between a water well and a septic tank system for new installations. This significant distance is mandated to prevent the contamination of the potable groundwater supply by effluent from the septic system. For instance, if a septic tank or leach field were too close to a well, sewage could leach into the drinking water supply, posing a severe health risk. Always verify local jurisdiction requirements, as some areas may have even stricter separation distances for specific conditions. Question 12. What type of backflow prevention device is typically required for a direct connection to a fire suppression system? A. Double check valve assembly, DCVA. B. Pressure vacuum breaker, PVB. C. Atmospheric vacuum breaker, AVB. D. Reduced pressure principle, RP, backflow assembly. Answer: D. Reduced pressure principle, RP, backflow assembly. A reduced pressure principle, RP, backflow assembly is generally required for direct connections to fire suppression systems, especially those that contain chemical additives or non-potable water, because it offers the highest level of protection against both backpressure and back siphonage. This device features two independent check valves, an automatically operating relief valve located between them, and two tightly closing shutoff valves, ensuring superior contamination control. While a double check valve assembly, DCVA, might be used for some fire systems, the RP is mandated when the potential for health hazard contamination exists. Always select the appropriate backflow preventer based on the degree of hazard and local code requirements. Question 13. A plumbing contractor is hired to install a new toilet in a residential bathroom. What is the typical rough-in dimension, center of waste outlet to finished wall, for a standard floor-mounted toilet? A. 10 inches. B. 12 inches. C. 14 inches. D. 16 inches. Answer: B. 12 inches. The typical rough-in dimension for a standard floor-mounted toilet, measured from the center of the waste outlet, flange, to the finished wall behind the toilet, is 12 inches. This standardized measurement allows for proper placement of the toilet bowl against the wall, ensuring stability and a clean aesthetic. While 10-inch and 14-inch rough-in toilets are available for specific situations, 12 inches is by far the most common and is what plumbing contractors should plan for by default. Always confirm the rough-in dimensions for the specific toilet model being installed to avoid costly rework. Question 14. What is the minimum required size for a water supply pipe serving a single residential dwelling unit, according to most plumbing codes? A. Half an inch. B. 3/4 inch. C. 1 inch. D. 1 1/4 inch. Answer: B. 3/4 inch. Most plumbing codes, including the Uniform Plumbing Code, UPC, require a minimum 3/4 inch main water supply line to a single residential dwelling unit. This minimum size ensures adequate water volume and pressure to supply all fixtures simultaneously without significant pressure drops, even during peak demand. While individual fixtures might be supplied with half-an-inch lines, the main service line needs to be robust enough to handle the entire house's demand. Proper sizing of the water service is crucial for tenant comfort and system performance. Question 15. A contractor is replacing a section of cast iron drain pipe. What is the primary reason plumbers might still choose to use cast iron pipe in certain DWV applications today, despite the availability of PVC or ABS? A. It is significantly cheaper than plastic pipes. B. It offers superior resistance to extreme temperatures. C. It provides excellent sound dampening qualities. D. It is easier to cut and install. Answer: C. It provides excellent sound dampening qualities. Despite being heavier and more challenging to install than plastic alternatives like PVC or ABS, cast iron pipe is often preferred in certain DWV, drainage, waste, and vent applications, especially in commercial buildings or multi-story residential structures, because it offers excellent sound dampening qualities. Its dense material significantly reduces the noise of flowing wastewater, making it ideal for quiet zones like hospitals, hotels, or luxury apartments. While plastic pipes are generally more economical and easier to work with, they transmit sound more readily. Consider the specific application's noise requirements when selecting drain pipe materials. Question 16. What is the purpose of a vent stack in a plumbing drainage system? A. To remove solid waste from the system. B. To introduce air into the drainage system to prevent trapped siphonage. C. To regulate water temperature in hot water lines. D. To provide a pathway for fire suppression. Answer: B. To introduce air into the drainage system to prevent trapped siphonage. A vent stack is a vertical pipe extension of the main drain that extends through the roof, serving to introduce atmospheric air into the drainage system. This air equalization prevents a vacuum from forming when wastewater flows, which could otherwise siphon the water out of fixture traps, thereby breaking the critical trap seal. Without proper venting, drain lines could gurgle, and sewer gases would enter the building through siphon traps. Proper venting ensures that the drainage system operates efficiently and safely by maintaining atmospheric pressure within the pipes. Question 17. What is the primary purpose of a weep hole in the base of a shower stall or a water heater pan installation? A. To allow for decorative lighting installation. B. To provide a channel for pest control. C. To allow accumulated water to drain from behind the finished materials or from the pan. D. To provide an anchor point for the shower drain. Answer: C. To allow accumulated water to drain from behind the finished materials or from the pan. Weep holes are small openings or pathways designed to allow any accumulated water to escape from behind or beneath a finished surface, such as the tile in a shower stall, or from inside a water heater pan. In a shower, they allow water that seeps through grout lines to drain into the shower base's subdrainage system, preventing mildew and structural damage. In a water heater pan, they indicate a leak from the tank, allowing water to escape before it overflows the pan and causes significant property damage. These small but critical features prevent water buildup and potential damage. Question 18. What is the typical maximum length for a fixture arm, the horizontal pipe connecting a trap to a vertical vent, before it must be vented individually, according to UPC standards? A. It depends on the pipe diameter. B. 3 feet. C. 5 feet. D. 10 feet. Answer: A. It depends on the pipe diameter. The maximum developed length for a fixture arm, which connects a trap to a vertical vent, is not a fixed universal number but rather depends on the diameter of the pipe. For instance, a 1 1/4 inch pipe might have a maximum length of 2 feet 6 inches, while a 2-inch pipe might extend to 8 feet, as per the Uniform Plumbing Code, UPC, tables. This varying length ensures proper drainage and prevents trap siphonage by allowing adequate airflow based on the pipe's capacity. Always refer to the specific plumbing code tables for the exact maximum developed length relative to the fixture arm's diameter. Question 19. According to California Contractors State License Board, CSLB, regulations, how long must a contractor typically keep records related to a construction project, such as contracts, invoices, and payments? A. 1 year. B. 3 years. C. 5 years. D. 7 years. Answer: C. 5 years. The California Contractors State License Board, CSLB, generally requires licensed contractors to keep records relating to construction projects, including contracts, accounting records, invoices, and payment records, for a minimum of 5 years. This requirement allows the CSLB to investigate complaints, verify compliance with state laws, and ensure proper business practices. For example, if a dispute arises regarding a project from 4 years ago, you must be able to produce the relevant documentation. Maintaining thorough and accessible records is a critical aspect of professional and compliant contracting. Question 20. When performing trenching work for underground plumbing, what is the minimum required depth of a trench before protective systems, like shoring, sloping, or shielding, are typically mandated by OSHA? A. 3 feet. B. 4 feet. C. 5 feet. D. 6 feet. Answer: C. 5 feet. According to OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, regulations, all trenches 5 feet or deeper must be protected from cave-ins by an adequate protective system unless the excavation is made entirely in stable rock. This critical safety standard aims to prevent serious injury or death from trench collapses, which can be extremely dangerous. For instance, if you're digging a trench for a main sewer line and it reaches 5 feet deep, you must implement shoring, sloping, or shielding immediately. Always prioritize safety in trenching operations. Never enter an unprotected trench 5 feet or deeper. Question 21. What is the primary purpose of an expansion tank installed on a closed-loop hot water heating system, like a hydronic heating system, or a domestic hot water system with a check valve on the cold water supply? A. To increase water pressure for better flow. B. To prevent the water heater from overheating. C. To absorb thermal expansion of water and maintain system pressure within limits. D. To filter sediment from the hot water. Answer: C. To absorb thermal expansion of water and maintain system pressure within limits. An expansion tank is designed to absorb the increase in water volume that occurs when water is heated in a closed-loop system, such as a hydronic heating system or a domestic hot water system where a check valve prevents water from flowing back into the main supply. Without an expansion tank, the thermal expansion would cause excessive pressure buildup within the pipes and water heater, potentially leading to relief valve discharge or even system damage. For example, when your water heater heats up, the water expands, and the expansion tank provides a cushion for that volume change. Installing an expansion tank ensures system integrity and prevents undue stress on plumbing components. Question 22. What is the most common method used to test a newly installed DWV, drainage, waste, and vent, system before it is covered or put into service? A. Air pressure test. B. Smoke test. C. Water test. D. Chemical dye test. Answer: C. Water test. The most common and widely accepted method for testing a newly installed DWV, drainage, waste, and vent, system is the water test. This involves plugging all openings in the system below a certain level and filling the pipes with water to a specified height, typically to the highest fixture or to the top of the highest vent opening, and then observing for leaks over a period of time. This test effectively checks the integrity of all joints and pipes under hydrostatic pressure. While air and smoke tests are also used for specific purposes, the water test is the standard for proving the initial watertight integrity of the entire system. Question 23. A plumbing contractor is considering installing a new water supply system using galvanized steel pipe. What is a significant long-term disadvantage of using galvanized steel pipe for potable water distribution? A. It is prone to immediate catastrophic leaks. B. It is very flexible and hard to keep straight. C. It is susceptible to internal corrosion and mineral buildup, reducing water flow. D. It cannot be connected to other pipe materials. Answer: C. It is susceptible to internal corrosion and mineral buildup, reducing water flow. A significant long-term disadvantage of using galvanized steel pipe for potable water distribution is its susceptibility to internal corrosion and mineral buildup. Over time, the zinc coating inside the pipe can degrade, leading to rust formation and the accumulation of mineral deposits within the pipe walls. This internal blockage gradually reduces water flow and pressure, eventually leading to pinhole leaks and system failure, often referred to as arteriosclerosis of the plumbing system. While initially robust, newer materials like PX or copper generally offer better long-term performance for water supply. Question 24. What type of valve is generally prohibited for use as a shut-off valve on the main water supply line serving a building due to its restrictive nature? A. Ball valve. B. Gate valve. C. Globe valve. D. Check valve. Answer: C. Globe valve. A globe valve is generally prohibited for use as a shut-off valve on the main water supply line serving a building due to its inherent design, which creates significant flow restriction and pressure drop when fully open. Unlike ball or gate valves that provide a full-bore flow path when open, a globe valve requires water to change direction multiple times, leading to considerable friction loss. While excellent for throttling flow, they are inefficient for applications requiring full, unrestricted flow. Therefore, full-port ball valves or gate valves are preferred for main shut-off applications to ensure maximum water delivery. Question 25. What does the term cross-connection refer to in plumbing, and why is it a critical concern? A. A connection between two different pipe materials. B. Any actual or potential connection between a potable water supply and a non-potable source. C. The intersection of two main drain lines. D. A connection point where water pipes cross electrical conduits. Answer: B. Any actual or potential connection between a potable water supply and a non-potable source. A cross-connection refers to any actual or potential physical connection between a potable, drinkable, water supply and a non-potable, non-drinkable, source, system, or liquid containing contaminants. This is a critical concern because it poses a significant health hazard, allowing contaminated or polluted water to be drawn back into the public or private drinking water supply through backpressure or backsiphonage. For example, a garden hose left submerged in a bucket of dirty water connected to a residential spigot is a common cross-connection scenario. Protecting against cross-connections through proper air gaps or backflow prevention devices is paramount for safeguarding public health.